Good morning students, I am Purnima and I am going to revise modals with you. A type of verb is there which is known as modals, and this I am going to tell you. Now you should regularly go for a few sentences. Now children, I will tell you before starting modals. I would like to write few sentences on the board. So first of all, first sentence. So children, this three sentences I have written, and you can see I have underlined some of the words like you should regularly go for a morning walk. So in this sentence I have underlined should. Now they must attend tomorrow's meeting. In such type of here must is underlined, and may I use your pen please. Here may is underlined. Now if you will look at these three sentences, okay, you can see some of the verbs, they are underlined. Okay, these verbs which are underlined, they are called modals. So they are so called modal because they help to express the mood or attitude of the speaker. They show the mood or attitude of the speaker. Like, so children, a verb which used to express the mood or attitude of a speaker is called a modal. Now what is the attitude of a speaker here? He is telling that you will not have a break. You should regularly go for a morning walk. They must attend tomorrow's meeting. The mood of the person is that it is compulsory to attend the tomorrow's meeting. May I use your pen please? A permission. The mood is or the attitude is to ask the permission from somebody to use a pen. So children, these words which are underlined are known as modals. Now, a verb used to express the mood or attitude of a speaker is called a modal. So you can note it down. A verb that is used to express mood or attitude of a speaker is called a modal. Okay. Now I will be telling you the mode and attitude expressed in the sentence given above are. Now children, how many moods or attitude of the speaker should be there? So you can write here Here you can write advice. How many types of mood should be there? So advice, necessity, seeking permission, in a friendly, informal manner. Then giving permission. In a friendly, making a polite request. Okay, to make a polite request. So these are some of the moods and the manner or the mode which expresses models. Okay, advice, necessity, seeking permission, giving permission in a friendly manner, giving permission in a formal manner, making a polite request. Now children, at the same time I will be telling you there are many types of models are there. Okay, so few models I am going to write it on the board. Few models I am going to write it on the board, like can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would. Okay. Then must, ought to, must. All right. Then need, dear. So these are some of the important model. Okay. Can, could, may, might, shall, will, would, ought to, should, must, need, dare. So children, these are some of the important models. Now, and children, these models are used to suggest, and children, these are some of the important models. And what do they suggest? They suggest something. What do they suggest? So note it down. They suggest permission. What do these models suggest? Permission, they suggest permission, ability, possibility, suggestion, advice, duty, suggestion, advice, duty, suggestion, advice, duty, obligation, okay. Then promise, intention, request, necessity, provision, wish. Okay, so these are some of the important models which are used to suggest. So these are models which are used to suggest. So what they suggest, okay, these model, they are used to suggest so many things like to give or take permission, ability, possibility, suggestion, advice, duty, promise, intention, request, necessity, prohibition, wish. Okay, so wish. Okay, so these are a few of the things. Before we try to understand the use of model, let us note a few important points about them. Now children, some important points I would like to discuss about models. So these are the things which are suggested by the models. They suggest permission, ability, possibility, suggestions, advice, duty, promise, intention, request, necessity, provision and wish. Now children, some of the important points are necessary to understand models. So first of all children, models are always followed by a main verb. They cannot stand by their own. They use a question tag in the example we have used. So some of the important characteristics of models. So what are some of the important characteristics of models? Some of the important characteristics of models, they are always followed by a main verb. Models are always followed by a main verb. Okay, like he should go. Now go is a main verb and this is a model. He Hari must do his duty. So must is a model and Hari do is the main verb. So models are always followed by main verb. So this is the main characteristic of a models, that they are always followed by main verb. Now sometimes children, if the models are in the question form, then they can be used alone. Like you can lift this box, can't you? Now here you is not the main verb. Okay, the science teacher will not take his class, will he? So here is not the main verb. So children, when there is a question tag, so model can be used alone. Now model do not change form with the person and number of the subject. models do not change forms with the persons or numbers. Models cannot change form with the persons or number. Okay, like we can go, she can go, I must go. So here you can see, okay, like I am writing one example here. He, I, we can go. So children, here the models are not changed, like we is plural, he and I is singular. So model does not change its form according to the singular or plural. Then the main verb used after a model must be in the root form. Present participle, past and past participle form of a verbs are never used with model. Okay, so children, whatever models we are using, the main verb which are used with the model must be in the root form, like he can go, she could stand. So these stand, go, they must be in the root form. So what are the main characteristics of models here? Models are followed by a main verb. In question tags, however, they can be used alone. Models always have the same form. The main verb used after model is always in the root form. Okay, now children, I will be telling you something about permission, which model is used for permission, which model is used for ability, which model is used for possibility, which model is used for promise, suggestion, intention. Like this it would be more easily for you. Okay, so some of the models which is used for permission is first, the model is used for permission. May, can, could. May, can, could. Okay. So these are some of the model which is used for permission. Now I will be telling you. Now may, can, could are used to suggest permission. So children, if you have to take permission, you have to use three models, that is may, can and could. Can is informal, may is polite and could is more polite than may. So can is informal, may is polite, could is more polite than may. The proper model to be used depends upon the persons involved and the situation. Now children, models, they don't have certain rules. It depends upon how many persons are involved and what is the situation. Okay, like two friends are talking. Two friends are there, Shikha and Anjan. So children, Shikha is telling, can I use your book, Anjan? Anjan, yes you can, but don't spoil it, please. Okay. So students, here Shikha and Anjan are two friends. They don't have to be formal, so they have used can. Now as I told you, can is not very formal, it is informal. So children, two friends are there and they are Shikha and Anjan. They are Shikha and Anjan. So can here is used in an informal manner. can is used here in the informal manner. Now, Shikha and Anjan are friends. They don't have to be formal, so they can use can. Okay. Now, since Shikha and Anjans are friends, they don't have to be formal, so they can use can. Now, children, a student is there who is talking with her teacher. Garima, may I go to the library, madam? Teacher, yes, you may. What book do you want? Now, children, here you can see both the student and the teacher are being formal with each other. Garma is respectful and the teacher is also giving a formal permission. So, they are formal. Now, a subordinate, and now if two people are there and a subordinate talking to his officer. Satish Kumar, sir, could you grant me 2 days leave? Officer, you may take leave if there is nothing urgent in the office. Here the subordinate is being very polite but the officer is giving a formal permission. So, remember, can I use your telephone? Can I use your telephone? This is formal or informal? Informal. May I use your telephone? This is formal or informal. Could I use your telephone? It's very polite. Yes, you may. Permission granted formally. No, you may not. Permission is denied. So these are various things, children. So sometimes children may, can and could. Okay, these 3 words is there. Here can is informal, may is formal, and this is very polite. Okay, so and this is used for asking permission. Now, one of the other things, children, which I would like to share with you. Now we will be talking about ability. Now we will talking about which modal verb? We will be talking about ability. Okay. So in ability, 3 modals is there. In ability, 3 modals is there. Can, okay, could, and be able to. Can, could, and be able to. Can, could, and be able to, they are used for ability. The idea of ability is expressed by can. So children, can here means you can do it, you are able to do it, you are capable of doing it. In this sense, can means be able to, be capable of, know how to. Ability in the past is expressed by could. Can and could also suggest opportunity. So, can and could also suggest opportunity. Kiran can keep wickets. Kiran is able to keep wickets. Kiran knows how to keep wickets. But this sentence may also mean Kiran has the opportunity to keep wickets. Okay, so Kiran can keep wickets. Kiran is able to keep wickets. Kiran knows how to keep wickets. But this sentence may also mean Kiran has the opportunity to keep wickets. But they say now Kiran could keep wickets. Kiran knew how to keep wickets. But there is a slight difference between them. Kiran could keep wickets and Kiran was able to keep wicket. Kiran could keep wickets and Kiran was able to keep wickets. So in sentence 1 means Kiran knew how many. So Kiran could keep wickets and Kiran was able to keep wickets. Sentence 1 means Kiran knew how to keep wickets, but the sentence does not state clearly whether he kept wickets or not. Sentence 2 suggests that Kiran actually kept wickets. Important. Don't write Kiran can or could be able to keep wickets. Whereas can is used for the present and could for the past, be able to can be used in any tense. So can is used in the present, could is used in the past, and be able to can be used in any tense. Like we were able to swim across the river, it is used in the past. He is able to sell most of the vegetables by evening, it is able to sell most, present. I am sure I will be able to attend your birthday celebration, future. Okay. So just remember, can is for past, present, could is for past, and be able to for all the tenses. Okay. Now the third stage we will take, that is possibility. What is the third stage we are taking here? Possibility. Okay, so possibility, three modal verbs is used for possibility, and that is may, might, and could. May, might, and could. May suggest a good possibility. What do we suggest? May suggest a good possibility. Don't worry, your purse may be in your bag. May suggest good possibility. So here, don't worry, your purse may be in your bag. Might suggest a weak possibility and could a still weaker possibility. So may suggest a good possibility. Don't worry, your purse may be in your bag. Might suggest a weak possibility and could a still weaker possibility. Could also express a very weak possibility in the future. Now look at the use of could in this sentence. I am glad that she could come yesterday. Ability in the past. Now she could come tomorrow is very weak possibility in the future. Now, so children, possibility is may, might, and could. May suggest a good possibility, might suggest a weak possibility, and could a still weaker possibility. Could also expresses a very weak possibility in the future. Like, I am glad she could come yesterday. I am glad she could have come yesterday. Ability in the past. Then she could come tomorrow is a very weak possibility in the future. She could come tomorrow is a very weak possibility in the future. Okay. So like you get a letter from your father today. So if this is a good possibility, you will write may. Okay. Then the keys dash be with peon, a weak possibility. The key be with the peon, a very weak possibility. Ask your teacher the meaning of this word. Okay, he may be knowing. This is a good possibility. So in this way children, three types of model related with possibility, ability and permission has been discussed. Tomorrow I will be telling you some other types of model also. And with this children, I leave the class. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.